So apparently there was a leak. It could be fake, but there was a leak of some emails that were supposedly from the guy who did it, who blew himself up. And he was saying that he was talking about these drones, and he was basically saying that the drones are like Chinese spy technology, and that I guess, I don't know, the government's lying about it. I think that is supposed to tie in with why he did what he did. Like he was trying to draw attention to it or something like that. But that is what I'm seeing, is that he was asserting that these are like not only Chinese spy drones, but they come from the ocean, like they come from submarines or something like that, and that essentially China has been surveilling us through drones for a while, or attempting to surveil us through drones for a while, which would make sense. I mean, it's not the first time that's come up. They were talking about these weather balloons that were supposedly spying, blah blah blah. I don't know. I think a lot of it's overblown, but I also think that when these weird drone sightings and object sightings and stuff like that happen, I think it's usually more likely that it is another country's technology or potentially our own. I mean, I think that's more likely than the fact that it's aliens. So, I mean, when somebody says that this is like Chinese spy technology, I mean, I'm not uninclined to believe that. And then there's also these theories about stolen nuclear material, and that maybe American spy drones are looking for that or something like that. I don't know. There's some crazy theories about it, and I don't think this guy ties directly into that, but I think he has some ties to like Fort Bragg, which is a fucked up, I don't know, there's something weird's going on with Fort Bragg. Soldiers kill themselves from there all the time. So I don't know, that story's getting a little weird.
Yeah, I've heard that about Fort Bragg before. That's interesting. There's definitely something going on there. But, or maybe it's just the one that has the worst security for covering that stuff up, and it's just going on all of them. But yeah, the drones, Chinese spying would not surprise me at all. And a lot of times this stuff does end up just being our own technology that, is a little ahead of what we are releasing to the public or whatever. These drones don't seem like that. Some of the stuff that gets seen, some of the UAPs, like the stuff, those orbs popping out of the water and zipping around and doing weird things, that could easily be some kind of new drone technology that the military is developing. Famously, the stealth bomber, the F-1 stealth bomber or something like that, I don't know what the code is, but was responsible for a lot of UFO sightings in the 80s. And the government just let people run with it because it helps cover up, the technology they're trying to keep secret while they're developing it, because obviously they don't want foreign interests knowing what they have. So a lot of times, I tend to lean towards that. I mean, I believe mathematically aliens exist, but whether or not they are coming to our planet, I don't know.
I don't think it's actually that crazy that they recovered his ID. I mean, something might be up with that, but I really think it's just the way that that's phrased with the other weird things before it. That tweet kind of primes you to come to the conclusion that it's like so outlandish that they would have recovered his ID. But I don't know, that's not that crazy. I mean, it's a little crazy, but it's not that crazy.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. Just the way it's burned, it looks so fake. That was in that truck that was burning. I don't believe that it would look like that. It's all damaged in such a way to where you can still clearly see his picture and read the important stuff. Even the fucking QR code on it's intact. So I don't know, man. And I've been dubious of stuff like that since September 11th, 2001, the morning of. Because I remember them mentioning Osama bin Laden's name and talking about recovered passports from the terrorists before the second tower was even hit. How is that even fucking possible? It's not, And this one, it just looks fake to me. It's the only thing that makes me think there's a conspiracy, because I don't see what the conspiracy would be. The dude with the truck in New Orleans, I could see that being something to stir up stuff and, destabilize things or whatever, sure. But this guy, what he did with the cybertruck, I don't see what the end goal of that conspiracy would be. So I wouldn't have guessed it's a conspiracy at all. But that just looks so fake to me. But, Who knows? It'd probably be real since I'm so sure it's not.
So what would the conspiracy be there? Would it be that they're trying to make, Democrats and the left look crazy enough to do things like that? Because there's a pretty obvious deficit of, Democrat liberal types doing terror attacks. But then you just had Luigi Mangione, which is hard to characterize as left or right. But I mean, if you're going to, it's pretty much a left-wing, belief system that he was operating from. So, are they trying to make that look bad? The other thing, again, going into the Trump administration, they could be trying to set the stage for a crackdown on leftism in general. And so staging attacks like that. But then in that case, I think that you would hurt some people. If you're the feds and you're trying to stage something like that, I don't think you would spare people's lives the way the guy with the cybertruck did. The only thing about that is that, the current people that are involved in those agencies aren't necessarily the ones that would be under Trump. Like, Trump is supposedly planning to purge all these agencies. One thing I just thought of, he did say he plans to purge the FBI. He has not said anything about the CIA. That's interesting. I wonder what the reason is for that, and if that's because the CIA and the FBI are famously, at odds with each other all the time. They always cross each other's jurisdiction and get in each other's way and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe this is the grand plan by the CIA to take the FBI out. What if that's actually it? What if, because the people that are so entrenched in government that they're never going anywhere, the deep state essentially, those people are kind of like CIA, and other deeper agencies like the NSA and other ones that work with the CIA and shit. So FBI to me strikes me as more precarious, and maybe that's not true, but it just seems to be the case. And they're probably the idiots that are always getting in the way, because the CIA can do whatever they want. They're spying on whoever they want. So what if this whole thing is to create a kerfuffle around Homeland Terror so the FBI can just get in the way and be useless, so the CIA can come in and just be like, get these fucking fucks out of here. Don't worry, guys. We got this. We already have data. No, we've been collecting the data for the last 10 years. We've got data on everybody. Don't worry about it. We got this covered.
It's kind of crazy, and that sounds out there and a little nuts, but not too far out there. Honestly, it does sound like the CIA's type of plot.
Who you got in Trump CIA versus woke CIA?